when we want to know an object, we need to use a energy source which will interact with that object. And whenever we apply that energy, let's say it can be light to see the object, or it can be any other form of energy which we are going to supply it through any specific instrument, let's say X-ray, or any other any other instrument which will throw a certain form of energy to know what the object is. And as soon as the energy will interact with the object, it will produce an action or behavior with respect to that applied energy. And the action or the behavior is not actually what we want to know. We want to know the object, but instead of that, we get the actions or behavior which is specific according to the specific energy that we are applying. So you see it, it's impossible to know any object. And the same thing is applied in case of energy. Let's say we want to know an energy, and to know the energy, the detector or the tool that we are going to use to determine what form of energy it is, we have to interact the energy with an object. And the moment the object will interact with the energy, it will produce an action or behavior with respect to the applied object. And we are going to observe the actions that are going to be produced, not the energy. So here again, it is impossible to know any energy. The same is for the object. Neither of them can be ever known, and this is a hard fact. Nobody can deny it. Okay. Another way of understanding it will be like the following diagram. So let's say there is a form of energy or a form of object, and I am trying to know what the energy is or the object is. And to during that process of knowing, I have to introduce another object or energy which are going to interact with the energy or object that I'm going to know. And this interaction will lead to the production of an action, which can be termed as a behavior or communication, whatever, because we are going to observe that in particular, not the object or the energy, right? And any action or behavior or communication cannot be the object or the energy that we want to know. It can only give us a very tiny amount of details about that energy or object that we actually want to know. You see, it's impossible to know an object or a form of energy. And we can compare it with an interaction between two person. Either of them want to know about the other person. They will ask or they will do something to know. And while interaction, there will be action or behavior or communication. And those will tell nothing about the man, because that will be negligible amount of detail that one can get about a person. So it's impossible to know about anything. And also the actions or the behavior or the communications are ever changing phenomena, because they depends on the surrounding energy or the surrounding object. And everything is changing each moment. There is nothing that is not changing, or there is nothing which is fixed, not changing, right? So the moment one will try to analyze or try to know something, it's already changed into something else. So it's a hard fact that we cannot know any form of energy. All the forms of energy are named by us, and those names are coming from our mind. It's superimposed or unreal entities, which are helpful in day-to-day life for practical stuff, but that's not real. And we are going to discuss what superimposition is in detail, because that is the most important thing to know in order to know who we are. And that is the main thing that I'm going to present to you again and again and again, unless it is clear to all of us. If you have any question, any opposition to me, just say it in the comment section so I can further clarify. The problem is, I don't have any audience right now who will ask me questions so that the interaction will be smooth. So I'm just making these slides and creating questions, making these slides in a more presentable way. So that's the main problem right now. So it will be much more easier for me if you ask questions that will open new discussions. Thank you for your time.